My apologies. Up next is going to be a ZVT. Looks like we are... Hopefully Kira is okay. We spoke earlier. Yeah, we spoke earlier. Yeah, I think Inu... he's also asking. He's like, wait, what's going on? But yeah, hopefully Kira is okay. As we mentioned earlier that Kira, he had a really rough showing in day 1 of the event, so I'm sure we'll be getting into some Kira action later. But for now, spawning in the left-hand corner of Last Fantasy, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Last Fantasy, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Weibo Gaming. It is SHIN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our TvZ. Shout out to Inu. As you saw in the chat, Inu, he is the Korean caster. He's the Korean caster. We're the English casters. And again, I was also expecting Clem versus Cure up next, but no. I guess we're jumping. We're go from one SHIN series to the other SHIN series. Oh. And let's go, 2x Reaper. Okay, 2x Reaper out of Clem. Now, welcome one and all to Last Fantasy. Last Fantasy is a 3-player spawn map. We have the top side, bottom left, and bottom right as well. So 3-player spawn location. We can see that SHIN, he is maneuvering. Oh, he finds him. Yeah, he does find him with the first overlord. Very fortunate here. SHIN, he scouts bottom left first, and SHIN, he will find the 2x Reaper. Let's go. Now, I say he'll find the 2x Reaper. Does he go further? He will, to confirm. This is not 2x Reaper. This is 3x Reaper. Oh boy. Hyper aggression here out of Clem. Now, bearing in mind, this is not an all-in. You do still expand behind this, but this is hyper aggressive. And what is the goal with this build? The goal with 2x Reaper is deny the third. Deny the third base and contain the Zerg play on 2 bases for as long as possible. 3x Reaper is deny the third and get some economic damage and potentially kill a queen as well. So we're looking for even more damage here. SHIN, he does hide his drone. Yo, ninja base. Are we happy? We're going for a ninja base. Okay, we're going for no. Okay, never mind. We're hiding the drone. We're just hiding the drone here. Looks like he is going for the third. This is greedy, by the way. This is quite greedy here. I mentioned before that the goal of 3x Reaper is to at least deny the expansion, but SHIN still goes for it. Still does go for it. Reapers, they poke into the main. They pick off 2 links so far, and Clem should be checking the third location. He should be checking. For now, he does poke into the natural. I mean, there could be some mind games going on, right? Clem, he knows he got scouted. And he knows that SHIN knows about the 3-racks. So what are the odds that SHIN actually takes a third base? It's actually quite low, I would say. I would say it's quite low here for SHIN to take a third. Oh my god. As so far, Clem is trading well. He trades well, picks off more lings. So Clem, he's not checking the base because he would assume that SHIN is respecting him, but he's not. Meanwhile, link speed is done. Link speed is done. SHIN, he pulls out a gas, so he's not going for a base boss follow-up. But there we go. Clem, he checks, now he confirms. But I think it's too late. I think it's too late at this point. I don't think he can deny this expansion. Lings are coming for the surround. Do come in. KDA charge goes off, and SHIN, he will surround 3 of those Reapers. Massive catch. 3 Reapers do fall. The 3 Reapers left. Oh, the jukes. Does juke away. And it looks like Clem, he will escape. Does outposition. Ooh, as 1 Reaper does get surrounded. More links filing in. Does find a way out. Nice control here out of Clem. Trading as best he can. And remember, we mentioned previously, Clem is not all in. Clem is expanding, getting his natural up and running. Clem through the speed zones. He does zoom away. Ta-da! Oh my god. And Clem, he wins this fight. He cleans up how many? I'm afraid to look. How many lings? What were the trades? 6 Reapers for 25 lings. 25, sorry, I should say 31. 31 lings have gone down so far. And 2 Reapers do survive. Clem behind this, getting into his own 3-1-1 follow-up into a stim timing. But SHIN does at least save his expansion, but he didn't kill the Reapers. And with that, SHIN, he had to forego droning. His drone count is much lower. He has to re-drone, resaturate. SHIN is moving out. And SHIN is going all in. By the way, SHIN is not droning. So now it makes sense. I was saying, SHIN, his drone count is very low, and now he's being hurt for making all these lings. Well, it is low, and he is hurt for making all those lings, so he's just going all in. We're just going for a ling, roach all in, SHIN, he commits across the map, and Clem didn't go for a third CC. If he was going for an economic follow-up, I would favor SHIN here. But remember, Clem, he has a 3-1-1 setup, he has mass marine, no bunker, but there's plenty of marines here. Jeez, the Reapers are still being so annoying. Finally, they don't even go down. The Reapers are surviving. Here comes the buyer push. Roaches move in. Here comes the stint. The Roaches get caught out. The Roaches are so exposed. And nice trades here from Clem. He starts as 4, takes down the Roaches one after the other. Lings, they cannot engage. Not completely. Oh, Clem pulling back. Takes down 2 Roaches so far. Takes down 2 Roaches. SHIN still pushing forward. Boys are being pulled to help buffer. And here comes that stim. Takes down 1. Takes down the Ravager, takes down the Roaches. Yeah, Clem, he will completely clean this up. GG gets called. And Clem will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, unfortunately for SHIN, Clem didn't expand. Clem, I mean, when I say didn't expand, didn't get a third CC, did not get a third command center. He doubled down going for a 3-1-1 follow-up, so he had an abundance of marines. He had stim, of course. Basically, SHIN was all-inning someone that was being aggressive and had plenty to work with, plenty of army. GG. GG, well played. With that, we are jumping into game number 2. And we'll see if SHIN can recover. Again, SHIN had an amazing series against Hero. It was very close, very back and forth. Here, Clem is coming in as the heavy favorite in the tournament to win it all. Again, he is the reigning world champion. And we'll see if anyone can bring him down. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the French Terran player for Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg representing Weibo Gaming. It is SHIN. Was it really over for SHIN there? He was going to do a shit ton of SCV damage. Not at all. Remember, SHIN, he was all in. SHIN, he only had 34 drones, so killing some SCVs there. The reality is that he would have lost his army and Clem would have counterattacked. SHIN, he didn't really have any economy to sustain an army. He was being outscaled by his opponents, unfortunately. I almost want to say that SHIN was hard countered. Like I was trying to emphasize previously, SHIN was all-inning someone that was kind of going for their own all-in. Just to re-emphasize that again, Clem was fixated on building up his army, not on expanding and getting a third base. So everything was being spent on pure marines, medevac, stim, combat shields. Like he had a formidable force. And even though Clem was going to lose some SCVs, Clem would win the fight and then instantly counterattack. And just SHIN just could not keep up with that sort of thing, unfortunately. If Clem had expanded instead, if Clem had invested into a third CC, then maybe a different story. Then less marines, less bio, potentially delayed medevacs as well, of course. But with that, we're getting to our next game, getting into game number 2. And from here, standard opener, ranks expand. Also, I should emphasize, welcome one and all to Tokamak. This is a rare site, by the way. Tokamak is, I would say, the most vetoed or one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. I would say Lost Fantasy is probably the most vetoed map, but this is kind of like the new El Dorado. If you're familiar with the previous map pool, El Dorado is also a bit of a smaller map, shorter rush distance by air, and has all these has the southern half of the map blocked off by walls. Here it is the kind of horizontal side, the right hand side, which is walled off by mineral patches and also by these massive creep tumors that expire at around 750. Like around 750, these tumors do naturally expire. They open up the center of the map. We have gold bases in the center as well. What I will say though, the biggest difference between this map and El Dorado is that this map has a shorter rush distance by air. This area in between the bases is smaller than what it is on El Dorado. So much smaller, short rush distance, very hyper aggressive map. Also, there's a healing pad on the left hand side, which can come into play. Bear that in mind as well. So you can head on over, you can heal up mechanical units on this as well. So medevacs, tanks, cyclones, hellions can use that healing pad For now, hatch gas pull into a third. Standard opener out of SHIN. Likewise, we do see a third TC before starport. Economic opener out of Clem. I wonder though, is Clem tempted to expand elsewhere? I wonder if he's tempted to expand towards his opponents. In general, Terran players, if they can reduce the time it takes to get across the map, they will, just to be hyper aggressive and hyper assertive. So we'll see where Clem expands, bearing in mind that this triangular third base is very exposed. It's out in the open, multiple angles of attack, almost a 360 surround on this base. So we could see Clem expand towards his opponents, maybe away from his opponents. We'll see. Oh, does he go for the gold? That's also viable. If Clem wanted to be spicy, he could just float straight on over to the gold base instead as a third. We'll see. Ooh, opening a fusion. Jesus Christ. So 3cc into a starport into a fusion core. Clem doubling down. Once again, being spicy. Now, it is not uncommon to see a Terran player go fusion core into mech, like BC into mech, but Clem isn't really much of a meching player, so I would imagine this is going to be a BC into bio transition behind this. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll see. Yo, shout out to the healing pad. As the Hellion is surrounded. Fusion core is now done. And BC is on the way. And again, short rush distance by ground, going BC makes the most sense here. Going for the battle cruisers. Or just even going Banshee based opener as well. Hellion poking in. There we go. Second Rax is on the way, so it is going to be BC into bio, not BC into mech. Ooh, the Lings do confirm the follow-up. They confirm the third CC, they confirm the Raxes. And he also does get eyes on the tech lab on the starport. That does force out these spores. I'm sure SHIN is getting ready for Banshees more than anything. But at least spores will be available. What percentage of ladder players even know healing shrines exist? True. I mean, even some of the players don't know, right? If some of the pro players, like if they are unaware or unfamiliar with the healing shrines, then we can't expect as much for ladder players either. But hopefully over time, again, the season, the map pool is still quite new. Players are able to make better use of it and take advantage of them as well. But now, it is going to be Ling Bane out of SHIN, going for the Baneling Nest, going into 1-1 upgrades. Standard setup here from our Zerg player. Being more defensive, trying to keep up with Clem. As we have our Massling attempting a run by the Wall of Sword, and yeah, as we can see, Clem is expanding towards his opponent. Lings, they hit the natural. BC into the main. BC targeting down 3 drones. Does teleport back home. Actually, teleports. Let's go to the healing. Of course. Wow. That is terrifying. I know a lot of people really concerned about Oracle based openers. It sounds a little bit minute, but Oracles, they usually trade shields and a HP to kill drones, right? They kill like 3, 4, 5 workers, but the Oracle takes hull damage. Specifically on torches, Oracles, they can heal up their HP and go back in even faster, even harder, and make use of that HP. Here, BC is doing the same thing, where you can harass, kill some workers, heal up, and then just keep going. Oh, God. Where like the HP, the health bar of the BC is a resource to use. Now the Queens are keeping up, thankfully. They force back the battlecruiser. Ling Bane pushing forward. Gets us around, catching out some of those Hellions, not bad. 3 Hellions do go down. At the same time, Clem pushing on the right hand side. Expanding forward, taking the goal base as a forward. I mean, again, as we mentioned in the lead up to this, like, it is not uncommon for Terran players to expand towards the Zerg just to be that much more aggressive and that much more in the face of the Zerg player. And SHIN, he's being choked out here. He's running out of breathing room. He does break down those rugs, so they do expire. And SHIN, he will sit by. He does sit by the main army. Clem, not ready for this. Lings, they will deny. They bust into the mid range. Clem, he does have an army back at home. But that's going to be a kill, not a cancel. Kill, not a cancel. Speaking of, another base is going to be going down here as well. Oh, do we cancel? Does cancel in time. Whew. Does cancel in time. Lings, they come in for a surround, collapsing on the Hellions. Armory was not done, and the tanks are going to be cleaned up. Whew. With that Shin, he will hold. The target firing on the Railings, though. And nice moves there from Clem. Sarge sets back. Trades well against the Lings. Yeah, brutal trade towards the end there for Shin. He has to pull back. BC getting 2 more drone kills before teleporting away. And momentum is still on Clem's side. May have lost the gold, but he's rebuilding. Rebuilding, replacing it, still pushing forward. Widow mines are set. And Shin, he has no presence on the map. He barely has any creep. He has 1 active tumor. There's just no creep. There's no presence. There's no map control whatsoever. Clem dropping towards the left-hand side. Throwing down those sensor towers. Rolling up. Gold base about to finish. And we'll see if Shin can break out. And poking in. Oh! My shot going off. Decent connection on those Lings. Michael's pushing on the right hand side as well. Oh! Catching out a Baneling. Oh my, the target firing getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Banelings. Ay, ay, ay. 1 Baneling connects towards the end. Just the one. But still better trades for Clem. He targets out as many of the Hydras as he can. VC teleports in. A full teleportation. I think he's going to be punished for it. Yeah, that's it. It's a bit too much. You know, Clem pushing in towards the right-hand side as well. Baiting the army into a minefield. That's a lot of widow mines. Ooh, even forcing some friendly fire. Decent friendly fire towards the end. Mine shots on Hydras. But Shin, he has no detection. Where are the Overseers? There we go. Overseers on the way, thankfully. Widow mines are all cleaned up. For the most part. A couple of them are left behind. Shin gets distracted. He's distracted. Forward mine's about to reset. Clem, he's maxed out. The gold base is up and running. Brutal connections on the Lings. Oh my god. On the Banelings as well. And Clem just trading so efficiently here. Banelings, they attempt to connect, but they have no connections. From the Banelings, I mean. Widowmine shut down the Ling Bane. Clem kiting back, at the same time pushing in towards left-hand side, breaking the expansion, takes down the Spine Claws, takes down the Queens. And Clem, he has plenty of him to defend. Hydra's trying to force their way in. But now there are no Banelings. And now Clem, he can just stim. From here, he can just stim on forward. I say that, breaks the expansion, pushing in towards left-hand side, reinforces out of the line. GG gets called. Shin, he runs out of steam. There's nothing left for Shin, and Clem will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Clem. He will claim the series, will take the 2-0. Again, hyper aggression on torches. As we mentioned, there are certain aspects of the map that does favor aggressive play, specifically the expansion patterns. Being able to expand, taking the triangular or the northern third base, and taking the gold base as well is brutal. If you cannot punish that gold base, how do you survive? How do you stop the wave of Terran? You don't. And you saw that Shin barely, he had like 1 active tumor. Unironically, he had like 1 active tumor on the left hand side. He had no creep, he had no vision, he had no presence. He was just stuck at home. There were a couple of moments where he was able to break out, like that Ling run by at the 4th base, which was nice. That's really all he had though. That's really all he had. GG, well played. With that, Clem will claim the series, and a big shout out to Checo in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time, and welcome one and all to the May Mayhem day number 2 of the group stage. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the group stage yourself. Again, we can switch our scenes over and catch up on some of these matches. Here we go. So we are just wrapping up from the top. We are halfway through we had a Showtime. Showtime had an amazing PvP against Max. Max did bring him down 2-0. We had a SHIN having an intense, very intense series versus Hero with full all-ins, nothing but all-ins. SHIN did take down Hero 2-1. Then we had Clem taking down SHIN 2-0. I say halfway through the broadcast, 2 series left. We have 2 series left. We have Clem versus Cure and Showtime versus SHIN. I do see some people asking what happened to Clem versus Cure. They were supposed to start earlier. They are starting now.